Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be putting a wire for the subwoofer install from the battery to the cabin to show you guys how easy it is to do so as long as you know where you're going. I'm going to do my best. It is kind of tight where you've got to run the wire, but I am going to show you to the best as my ability as I can how to get it from the battery side all the way through the firewall into the cabin. Obviously it's quite difficult and there is different ways to do it, but this is the best way and the safest way for you to be able to run the wire without you really worrying about it shorting out on body panels or anything daft like that. So anyway, on with the video.
Okay, so we're in the Abarth. The wire that we're going to be using today is going to be an 8 gauge wire. Most people will run bigger wire, but when you are talking about like 2000 amps, 2000 watts subwoofers, you don't need anything more than this really, and this is one of the cheapest that you can get. So running a wire like this through to the through into the bonnet is quite easy to do. The grommet is not very big. It's around that size. It's no more than just slightly bit, about a 10 pence piece size, and probably no bigger than that. So this will be perfect to run through. There's multiple ways you can do it. You can either find the grommet and put a drill bit straight through and drill straight through. This is on a 2016 in Abarth. Obviously I'll show you what it looks like underneath in a moment. If yours looks exactly the same as mine, you should be totally fine to do it. But I don't know whether they changed any of the underworkings. I would have thought not, but just in case. Obviously as well, this is in the UK, so just so you guys are aware, make sure you double check before you do anything first. Just make sure it looks exactly like mine. Don't go drilling through any wires. But anyway, 8 gauge wire. To get through to the bonnet, what we need to be able to do is either put like a metal pole through, a drill bit through, a screwdriver through, something like that, to be able to get it through the firewall. And it takes a little bit of time to get through, but it's quite easy once you do that. Mine, there's no real wires, there's only one wire running through, so it's quite easy to do. So anyway, we'll get onto that now and show you what it looks like on the passenger side, because we are going from the passenger side. So the battery's on the passenger side, everything's coming, power and everything's coming from this side to this to the passenger side in the cabin. So you don't need to touch anything on the driver's side at all in slice.
Okay guys, so this is going to be quite difficult to show you where you're looking for this grommet. I've just got a little bit of stick with a bit of red, so hopefully you'll be able to see it. It's basically just under, if I can show you, this piece here where the firewall starts, this piece here, it's just under there. It's very difficult to be able to show you. Try and get the camera down. It's very difficult to show you. It is basically just under there. If you can get your hand in, see if I can get my hand in. Yeah, you're probably best, if you're looking for it, make sure the engine's cold. And if you put your hand in just there, basically, and it is just underneath there by that nut, which when you step away, it's just in that corner there. Guys, so first thing you need to do is remove your mat, just helps a little bit, and then what you want to do is you want to remove the 2 screws that are here on the other side, just there. They're a T25 bit, and then you need to remove the Allen key just down there. I've got my trusty screwdriver to be able to do that. Then guys, you need to remove the other Torx bits, which are where my screwdriver is. There's one to the left of it, and then there's one on the right, and then that should
be able to release the this part here, which is, I guess, the glove box type dealie. My mistake, there is one more as well, just inside the glove box, up in the middle where the clip is, just above. There's another one just there. Once you're done with that, then you've got a big hole in your dash, which is fantastic to be able to get to where you need to be. I'm just going to figure out now where definitely I need to be able to put this hole through so we can carry on with the install. Okay guys, so what I've done is I've pushed a metal bar through in past the firewall straight into the cabin, and there is only that one black wire that you can probably catch. I did it all on my own, and you know, I didn't catch any wires. It's probably not the best way to do it, but you're probably best to cut this piece in a square and then be able to pull it through. But all I've done is just pushed it straight through, and it's come through nice and easy. Just so you guys can see, that's where it is. And then going back to where it was in the bonnet. So bonnet side, it's down where I was showing you. So when you lean back, it's going straight to there, and again you just reach up and find this grommet. Put a little hole in this, or buy yourself another grommet, but I'm just going to put a hole in it, and then you'll be able to seal it up nice and neatly. And then this wire will be ready when we get round to it to attach to the battery. And you want to make sure you've got a nice connection and enough wire as well, guys. So just check as well to make sure the wire hasn't had any scratches or anything when you've pulled it through, because there is some metal behind there as well, so it is important to make sure it's nice and clean and tidy. Alright, next bit coming up. Okay guys, so once you've got the wire obviously through, what you want to do is you want to strip the wire, and then you want to add it to your fuse and your line. This, like I said, I was going to clean up. I've got some heat shrink over there to be able to make it nice and neat. So really all you got to do is pop this piece onto there with a little rubber cap and attach it, very similar to how this one is, just on the opposite side. I've got some tape on the bottom as well, just to be able to mount it somewhere around here so it's nice and neat out of the way. There you go guys, so we've now put this together. Obviously a little bit of it's a bit of common sense, but just so you guys know, make sure you put this on, that on, then this on, because otherwise you do it the opposite way around. Not saying that I haven't done that just now, but but yeah, I have actually. but yeah, just make sure you do it in the right order, so then they actually all connect on properly, and get a nice seal so it doesn't get any water in it or anything horrible. Okay guys, so I've heat shrinked this now. This piece is heat shrinked to about here, and then I've put this insulation stuff on to make sure it doesn't catch on anything and doesn't make anything too hot, because it does get hot in here. And then I've cable tied it all the way around, nice and neat. I'm not going to attach it because it's not ready to be installed properly yet. Heat shrink, I just used one of these pieces. I used one of these pieces, and I just pretty much just used the exact piece and put it on, didn't even cut it down. But yeah, so that then swings round and it will attach nice and neatly to there. I'm not actually going to go any further on this video. That'll be another video coming up. The only reason I've done this is so everybody can see where to run a power wire to the inside of the cabin. So we'll move on to another video where we'll talk about remote wires and RCAs and all that sort of stuff, and fitting whichever subwoofer we want to the car. But yeah, anyway guys, cheers, like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.